Sheriff's Department!
Hey,
Patrick. What's going on, Patrick? You all right?
Yeah.
Got some search warrants for your property here. We need to come in and talk to you, all right?
This is 59-year-old Patrick Scott. For the last 6 months, police have been searching for his 17-year-old neighbor, Valerie Tindall, who vanished on June 7, 2023. At first, investigators believed she had simply run away. But as days turned into months with no trace, it became clear that this was no runaway case. Little did they know, Valerie was already long gone, and what police were about to discover at Patrick's property would turn this into one of the most disturbing murder cases the state of Indiana has ever seen.
what happened to Valerie?
Valerie got carried away. She was going to tell everybody that I was making moves on her, and it wasn't going to happen. I mean,
What'd you do to her? Tell us what you did to her.
things got out of hand.
6 months earlier, on Wednesday, June the 7th, 2023, 17-year-old Valerie is preparing for work. She works for her neighbor, 59-year-old Patrick Scott, who runs a lawn care business. As she leaves the house, she says goodbye to her mother, Sheena, something that strikes Sheena as odd, since Valerie doesn't usually work on Wednesdays. She doesn't know it at the moment, but this is the last time she will ever see her daughter alive. When Valerie doesn't return home that evening, Sheena brushes off her initial worry, assuming she's out with friends or a boy. But when she calls Patrick and learns that Valerie never showed up for work, panic sets in. Sheena dials 911 immediately, prompting authorities to launch a massive search.
Rush County Sheriff's Department is asking for your help finding a missing 17-year-old. This is Valerie Tindall. She is missing from Arlington, Indiana. She was last seen around noon on Wednesday. The Sheriff's Department says she is believed to be in extreme danger.
Days go by, yet there are still no signs of Valerie. 19 days after she was first reported missing, police bring in her neighbor and boss, Patrick Scott, for questioning.
If you would, just real quick for the first time here, would you state your full name and your date of birth, please?
Patrick Allen Scott,
Okay.
November 25th, 1964.
Okay. All right, great. You understand why you're in here today? Because you're going to give a statement and talk to us about the runaway juvenile, right?
Right,
As Valerie Tindall.
right,
Okay. Now, you know Valerie because a couple different ways here. One, she's your neighbor, right?
right.
She lives there kind of like in front of you?
Yeah,
Okay. And she also works for you, right? In the
Right.
summer, to help mow grass and things like that,
Part-time,
right?
yeah.
Part-time? Okay.
To earn some extra money, Valerie began working for Patrick at his lawn mowing business, which he ran from his property in Arlington, Indiana. When officers first came to investigate Valerie's disappearance, Patrick initially claimed he had last seen her the day before, but he wasn't being entirely truthful.
When was the last time you saw Valerie?
Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday afternoon. Where did you meet up with her at?
South High Gardens.
South High Gardens in Shovelville.
Yes.
Okay. What were you driving at that point?
I had my truck and the car both.
You had the truck and the car, both at
South High.
South High.
Right.
So what did you drive there that day?
The truck.
With your trailer too?
Yes.
Okay. How did the car get there?
I had moved it there like the day before, 2 days before,
Why did you do that?
because she was going to take off.
So you gonna give her a car to use?
No, I was just going to give her a ride.
Patrick claims that a couple of days before Valerie went missing, she told him she was planning to leave. At first, he didn't believe she would actually go through with it, but then she did. This is new information for the detectives.
So her plan, or the plan was for you to go ahead and have the Taurus there prior to Wednesday?
Well, she wanted to ride back, but I didn't want to drive that truck, so I drove the car
On what day?
Wednesday.
Okay. All right. But you took the car there the night before, right?
Yes.
And you did that because you knew that she was going to need a ride?
Yeah.
Because she had already told you that she wanted to meet with you on Wednesday at those apartments, correct?
Right.
Okay, so you're at South High Gardens mowing grass.
Yes.
And she shows up in her car, her green Honda Accord.
Right.
Okay. And she got in the Ford Taurus with you?
Right.
And you guys left South High Gardens?
Right.
And left her car there?
Yes.
Along with your truck and trailer?
Yes.
Okay.
After taking her out for a drive, the detective presses him with a crucial question. Did she use her phone at any point during that time? The answer could prove critical, since investigators can cross-check his story against the phone records already in their possession. According to him, They drove around for a while before eventually stopping in Homer. It was there, he claims, that she stepped out of his car and got into another blue car with an unknown man.
And what happened in Homer?
She got out of the car and got in with another guy.
Okay. What kind of car did she get in?
They just kind of a pale blue car is all I know. Maybe a little darker than this right here.
Okay. All right.
That's
So when you dropped her off at Homer, where was that at again?
right where the old garage used to be on 44.
The old garage used to be on 44. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, that
Yeah.
pole barn, just right at the end of that drive. We come off, pulled right up there.
Okay. So she got out there. Did she take her phone?
Yes,
Okay. And she got in this pale blue car with this guy.
yes.
What does this guy look like?
I have no idea, I didn't see him.
Okay.
After dropping her off with another man, Patrick claims he returned to his place in Arlington, insisting that was the last time he ever saw or spoke with Valerie. But in the days after her disappearance, something unsettling happened. Valerie's car reappeared, parked at an apartment complex, except this time, the license plate had been removed. When confronted about it, Patrick admitted he had a hand in moving the vehicle. But according to him, it was only to make sure the car would be safe for her when she came back for it.
Now, how did her car get there again?
I moved it there
Okay. So when did you move the car there?
Thursday,
Thursday. So you drove over to South High Gardens.
right?
Okay. And you still went to South High and you moved her car to Berwick.
Yes,
Did you remove the plate?
no,
Okay. You did not remove the plate.
no,
Okay. And then you walked back to your truck,
yes,
South High Gardens.
yes.
From the phone records, investigators discovered that Valerie had sent Patrick a message at 11:23 a.m., telling him, "I'll be there soon." Using that information, the detective presses Patrick to come clean. If he's still assisting Valerie in her attempt to run away, now is the moment to admit it. At this stage in the investigation, police have not yet located Valerie, nor do they know whether she's simply hiding, or if something far more serious has already happened to her.
Because here's the deal. I mean, if you're helping her,
No,
if you have been helping her, this is the time to stop and now tell us where she's
no,
at.
I have not helped her. But if she would have showed up at a job site asking for money, I would have given it to her.
Did you do that?
I would have, I haven't,
Okay.
because I know she's got to be out of money. Because I know how much she made the last 2 weeks that she worked,
Which is what?
between $900 and $1,000.
Okay. Since you guys drive together and everything, who do you think she may be with?
I have no clue.
Give me some names though. You give me some names a little bit.
I only know the one boy.
And what was his
I don't
name?
even know him, I just know the name.
Patrick says that Valerie mentioned one boy she had been spending time with. All he knows is that she was upset because the boy had dumped her. A little while later, she got back together with him, only to end things again just a week later. Furthermore, he explains that 2 days before she disappeared, on Monday, the boy came over to her house to pick up his belongings. If this account is accurate, his anger could point to a possible motive.
Then there was the other boy. There was another boy she was talking to on Tuesday that was giving her shit because he thought they were going to have a relationship, and she said no, but I can't tell you who his name is.
Okay.
He also claims that Valerie has been talking to him for quite some time about wanting to leave. The detective finds it strange that Patrick knows so much about her personal life. After all, he is her neighbor and her boss. But it is unusual for a teenager to share such personal details about her relationships with someone in that position. Even more concerning, Patrick installed the Life 360 app on her phone, allowing him to track her every move. Taken together, these details make the detective question the credibility of his story.
It's really hard to believe you right now.
I know.
Because, I mean, we started off on a bad thing here when you lied
I
to
know,
us.
but I swear to God, if she's there, I don't know that she's there.
Would there be some sort of plan that she had to tell me what she said to you? What's the plan here? She obviously had a plan.
I don't know. She told me 100 times she was leaving. In the beginning, I believed her. And then it wasn't there. She just, I'm leaving. So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, what we're trying to do here is that we're trying to get her home, okay? That's all we care about right now. We gotta get her home,
Okay.
okay? And it is important that if you know more than what you're telling me, because right now you feel like you may be in some trouble for whatever reason, it's time now to be cooperative and help.
Because
anything else that happens to this girl, it's not going to be good for you, possibly.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you've already delayed our investigation. Okay.
But I don't know. I really don't know where she's at. I really don't.
The whole time, he keeps circling back to the same story, that Valerie had always wanted to run away from home. But detectives find it strange that not long after Valerie went missing, her sister and brother-in-law reported seeing Patrick outside at 2 a.m., tearing down parts of his garage and setting them on fire. The timing feels suspicious, and the behavior doesn't match the calm, casual image he tries to project. Sensing an opening, the detective decides to change tactics and begins going through Patrick's phone, looking for cracks in his story.
I'm going to try to have you call her, okay? I'm going to see if she'll answer for you on one of these numbers. You got her here as Val 2 and Valerie Tindall.
Yeah, she had 3 different phones.
Yeah, we're going to try this, and we're going to see if she answers for you.
Okay.
If she answers for you, you're not going to tell her where you're at, okay?
Okay.
You're just going to kind of have to play dumb.
Okay.
And try to get her to see if she'll meet you somewhere.
Okay.
Okay? I don't know, maybe ask her where she's at, or if you can meet up with her to help her, maybe give her some money, something like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, try to figure out where we can meet her, alright?
Okay.
Where you can meet her, alright? Obviously you're not, but we'll see.
Okay.
Alright? If she even answers.
The officer proceeds to call all 3 numbers Patrick has memorized for Valerie, but none of them pick up. Growing more suspicious, he presses Patrick about the location where Valerie's phone last pinged. Earlier, Patrick insisted that he had dropped her off in Homer, yet the phone data shows her device connecting from a completely different area, one that doesn't match his story at all.
Why would her phone ping location on the way to Arlington still? You said you dropped her off in Homer. That's not what the phone tells us. The phone tells us she was closer to Arlington when the phone went off. Why is that?
I don't know.
And it would have been like, if she pulled out, it was right behind you, you would have seen her.
Right.
Because I mean, literally, it would have been right behind you.
Yeah, I know that, but they wasn't behind me.
You see why I'm a little skeptical about this whole thing?
Right.
Because I mean, I think you took her back to Arlington for some reason.
I never took her back to Arlington. Never got nowhere near Arlington with her.
It's just really hard to believe you right now, Patrick.
Well,
I mean, it really is. I'm just from the very beginning, so it's really hard to really believe everything that you're telling me. You know what I'm saying?
I know, I
You know?
understand.
And right now would be the time to not lie to me anymore. I mean, if you're...
I'm telling you everything I know.
Following this, Patrick brings up one of Valerie's friends, noting that he also drives a blue car, the very same color as the car he claims to have last seen Valerie in. At this point, there are so many details piling up that it becomes difficult to separate truth from misdirection, and the detective is left uncertain, unsure of what to believe and what to dismiss.
Well, again, I don't really know what to believe anymore because,
I know.
I don't feel like you're being super honest with me. I think you know where she's at.
I don't know where she's
Now,
at.
if you want me to be blunt with you, I think you know where she's at.
I don't.
One way or the other, I think you know.
I don't know. That's just it. I really don't know.
Was she know?
No, I wouldn't know how she would know him. I really don't. Because I swear, I really thought she would have showed up at a yard by now saying, hey, I need some money.
Did somebody remove the plate from the car? Did you remove the plate from the car?
No.
Because I believe the license plate has been removed.
It has been removed?
I think so. I believe that's what I was told, yes. I have to confirm that, but I believe that's what I was told, yes. And you didn't do that?
No.
Before I walk out of here, is there anything else that you need to tell me right now that I should know about? About Valerie, about where she's at, or anything, or you talk to her?
No.
Because if we find anything else out, this does not help you.
I know.
You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know where she's at. I don't know nothing. No phone, no nothing.
All right.
Before the interview ends, the detective comes back to the room one last time and confronts Patrick. He can sense that Patrick is still holding something back, that the full truth hasn't yet surfaced. He tells him they will be reviewing every surveillance camera in the area to confirm his claim that a blue car had picked Valerie up. He watches closely, waiting for Patrick's reaction, knowing that this moment might finally reveal whether his story will hold.
So if we go back and look around and we find that this, what if we go back, what if we have a camera right there we can look at and we don't see that being true? How would you answer to that?
How is it what?
I said, what if we go back and find a camera right there in the area? What if someone had ring cameras or something like that, or had surveillance footage, and we go back and we look at it, and that's not true. There's no blue car there that you dropped her off at. Because I'm sure
That's where I dropped her off.
I'm sure there's plenty of surveillance there. I'm sure we could probably look at.
What is it?
There's probably plenty of surveillance in that neighborhood we can probably look at. Okay, and I'm sure that that's probably what's going to happen. Okay, and so if we do see that, if we do find that surveillance and we see it, and this doesn't come back to being what it is that you're telling me, okay, now you prolong this longer.
Right.
Is this going to help you or is it going to hurt you?
It's not going to hurt me.
Well, it would if you're not telling me the truth.
Right.
So that's what I'm asking you. Before we do all that, you're telling me the truth. You dropped her off
Yes.
in Homer
Yes.
on June 7th.
Yes.
With this, the interview on June 26th comes to a close. Patrick has given the police a considerable amount of new information, but the detectives remain uncertain whether any of it is true. Over the following 2 weeks, they pursue every possible lead, following up on the details Patrick has provided and searching for anything that might point them in the right direction. Yet, despite their relentless efforts, each trail runs cold, leaving them empty-handed. The investigators are still no closer to uncovering what really happened or discovering where Valerie is. In the meantime, Patrick is taken into custody and formally charged with a misdemeanor count of false informing. His bond is set at $10,000, and he secures his release by posting the required 10% in cash. Just 2 weeks later, on July 10th, 2023, Patrick is brought back to the station for yet another round of questioning. This time, however, the situation is far more serious. Detectives arrive prepared with 3 separate search warrants, one of which specifically authorizes the collection of DNA swabs.
Alrighty, so, Valerie's still missing, right? Okay, so, any idea where she may be or anything like that?
No, but by now I imagine she's probably running scared since I'm in trouble, so.
Okay,
But I haven't talked to her. I figure I would by now, but
okay. You willing to answer questions if I ask you questions today?
no, that I'm an attorney now.
Okay, I have some search warrants to execute today for you, okay?
Okay.
So, run through them real quick. What search warrants we got? I've got 3 search warrants to execute, okay?
Okay.
So one search warrant's gonna be for 2 swabs of the inside of your mouth, okay? So the first one that we'll do is for the swabs of your mouth. The second search warrant is for the address of 2366 North Oak Street
Okay.
for the property, okay? And the third search warrant is for 2394 North Oak Street, also in Arlington, for the property, okay?
Okay.
That's what the 3 search warrants are for. I will read them to you, and then I'll sign them when we execute them, okay?
The search warrants are issued for 2 of his properties in Arlington. From the very beginning of the investigation, Patrick is considered a prime suspect. He misleads detectives with false statements, and they consistently believe he knows far more than he is willing to admit. With these warrants, investigators hope to uncover crucial evidence that could finally lead them to Valerie. Detectives collect swab samples and bring Patrick along as they carry out the searches on his properties. Yet, despite their efforts and expectations, nothing of significance is found. Over the next several months, detectives execute more than 50 search warrants across Arlington, combing through every possible lead connected to Valerie's disappearance. Valerie's former boyfriend, who said he had spoken with her only days before she vanished and had not heard from her since, corroborates Patrick's claim that she had been talking about running away. Then, on November 28th, officers arrive at Patrick's property and place him under arrest for concealing evidence. Shortly afterward, investigators execute yet another search warrant at his home. Only this time, they're about to discover something horrifying.
Yep. Sheriff's Department! Just chill, just chill. We're not gonna knock it. We're not gonna kick it in. Just chill. We're not gonna kick it in. We'll come to it. Hey, Patrick. Hi, guys. What's going on, Patrick? You alright?
Yeah.
Got some search warrants for your property here. We need to come in and talk to you, alright? Okay, let's go on in.
With Patrick arrested, detectives execute search warrants on 2 parcels tied to him: his residence at 2394 North Oak Street and an adjacent lot at 236 6 North Oak Street. On the second parcel, officers zero in on a fresh dirt mound littered with debris. Shovels go in. Within minutes, they expose a homemade wooden box, OSB and 2x4s wrapped in a tarp over 5 feet long. Inside, paperwork and VHS tapes. They keep digging. A second, nearly identical box surfaced, tightly wrapped, duct taped at the seams, and carrying an odor no detective forgets. When they open the inner black plastic, human remains are found. Investigators immediately note orange-painted fingernails. While it's still not confirmed this is Valerie, detectives fear they have finally located her. Back at the station, Patrick is once again seated in the interrogation room. Detectives know they are closer than ever to uncovering the truth. For the first time, they sense that the long and exhausting search for answers is finally about to reach its breaking point.
So, Patrick, over the last 5 months, you and I have gotten to know each other, correct?
Okay.
Correct? You've seen me a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And every time we talk, we get along good, right?
I reckon.
We talk, right? We have no issue talking, correct? Okay.
Right from the very beginning, the officer employs a well-known tactic of building rapport with Patrick. He eases into the interaction by engaging in small talk and casually offering him a drink, carefully shaping the tone of the room. By creating a conversational and calm atmosphere, the officer sets the stage for trust, hoping Patrick will feel more at ease and, ultimately, more willing to open up and talk.
So, here's the deal tonight. Now, I normally don't do this, okay, but here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you, because here's why. Here's why. You know, I can play off like 8 million things right here. As you come and sit in this room, your mind plays tricks on you as an officer, all right? And it tells you to go all these different directions and try all this different stuff. But the fact of the matter is that I think you're overall probably a pretty good person, okay? If I didn't, I would have treated you probably different over the time, all right? So today, as we drove in here just for 40 minutes and we just drove in together, in my head, as your head's doing of what's about to happen, in my head, I'm like, how am I going to talk to Patrick? And you know what I decided when I walked through the door? I'm just going to talk to you like a person, all right? And then there's times like you sit in this interview room and maybe that didn't happen in the past, all right? But the fact of the matter is that the natural human thing is when you do something wrong is you want to tell us that you did something wrong, okay? The other thing is that there's family involved. There's mistakes that's been made, okay? So what I made the decision of when I walked through that door right there was, I would like to talk to you today, and I would like you to tell me what happened to Valerie. That's the end result of what I want to know, okay? But here's what's weird about today. I'm going to tell you everything I know.
Following this, the officer shifts his approach. What begins as an attempt to provide reassurance and comfort gradually hardens into direct confrontation. The tone changes, and the officer begins pressing Patrick with accusations. He tells him that they already know he did something to Valerie, and insists that the only question left is why he did it.
Because here's the deal. In the end, I believe you've done something to Valerie. I believe you've done something to Valerie, and we're going to prove it, all right? But what I want to know is the why. And what you want to tell me is I'm sitting here watching you tear up right now. You want to tell me the why, okay? So, does that make sense?
I guess.
I'm not trying to be a jerk to you, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be a person to you that you understand. I sit across a lot of people, okay? And the day one I sit across, or the times I've sat across from you, you remind me of a common man that goes to work, that works his butt off, and is a family man that loves his family. That's what I get from you, okay? And I may be completely wrong, but that's what I got from you in the 5 months that I have known you, okay? So as the case went, and here it is, Patrick, I'm gonna lay it out to you. But in the end, I really want you to tell me the why, okay?
They know Valerie was last seen with Patrick on the very day she disappeared. At first, Patrick insisted he hadn't seen her at all that day, but when investigators uncovered evidence proving that was a lie, his story quickly shifted. He then admitted that he had given her a ride in his car and dropped her off in a small town called Homer. There, he claimed, a man driving a pale blue car arrived and picked her up. But despite following up on this lead, officers found nothing to support his account. No witnesses, no vehicle, and no trace of the mysterious man he described.
As June 7th went, that day, we know Valerie was with you. Admittedly, you told us that. In my timeline, I may be a little off on a lot of it because a lot happens in 5 months. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit tired today, just like I'm sure you are tired, all right? But on June 7th, you drove Valerie ultimately back to your residence, okay? And you arrived at your residence at 12:59 p.m., okay? And then between 12:59 and roughly 4 o'clock, something happened. And our job was to fill the gap in to try to figure out what happened. And as the investigation unfolded, that led us to today, in which we found the box with Valerie's body in it behind your shed. Okay? Now I could have come in here and said, Patrick, do you know why I'm about to talk to you? Because that's the common thing. And that was the first thought in my head that I was going to do to you. And then I said, no.
The tension in the room is almost unbearable. Patrick is now confronted with the devastating reality that police have uncovered a box filled with human remains buried in his own backyard. He is cornered with nowhere left to turn, fully aware that investigators have built a damning wall of evidence against him. Every attempt to deflect, deny, or evade the truth has collapsed.
Now I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain the why, okay? Because we have her in the box, okay? Wrapped up multiple times, taped up, in the box of the OSB and the 2x4s that you bought, next to the box that we talked to you earlier about that had the porn videos in it.
Had what?
Had the porn videos in it. We got her in the box next. So you know we have found her. And I didn't want to bluff you on that. I wanted you to know that. And as you're sitting there tearing up wanting to cry, all right? So, I'm going to read you your rights.
Okay, and I've got a question for you before we go any further. Why did they pick up Linda?
We're going to talk to her too. She lives on the property. We're going to talk to Linda as well. Because here's the deal, Patrick. How do we know what happened to her? You both live on the property. So we have to talk to everybody on the property. Does that make sense?
Earlier today, officers didn't just haul Patrick into the station, they also escorted his wife, Linda, in for questioning. Investigators wanted to hear her side of things, to learn what she might have seen, or perhaps what she had chosen to overlook. It's at this point that the pressure finally begins to sink in, and Patrick, who had kept himself guarded until now, starts to open up more.
Valerie got carried away.
Doing what?
Huh?
Doing what?
Doing what?
Mm-hmm. Just lay it out to me. Lay it out to me. What happened to her?
She tried to blackmail me into buying her a car.
Okay. And what happened?
She thought she was going to seduce me and it wasn't going to happen. Then just got carried away.
Well, explain that to me. What's that mean? Does Linda know about it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
It's your chance to tell me what happened.
She tried to seduce me and I wasn't going to have it.
This is new information. He now claims that she blackmailed him into buying her a car. According to him, she first seduced him and then turned against him, using that to blackmail him. He insists he wasn't going to let something like that happen. And with that revelation, the truth finally begins to come out about what really happened to Valerie.
What'd you do to her? Tell us what you did to her.
Killed her.
With what?
A belt.
Okay. And then what'd you do with it?
I moved her into the office
Okay. How long was she in there?
till the next day.
Okay. What did, where's the belt at?
Just gone.
Okay. You left her in the office till the next day. Then what happened?
Then when I got home the next day, I just made that box.
Okay. What about the hole?
The hole was already dug. But it wasn't for that, it was because I was going to throw concrete in it.
What about the other box?
Just put shit in it.
Well, did you build two that day?
No, just built one.
So you strangled her. What room were you in when you strangled her?
Back there by my bedroom.
The truth is finally revealed. Patrick cold-bloodedly strangled Valerie, showing no remorse. He insists that she tried to seduce him and then blackmail him. But the detective wants to know more, pressing for every detail about what truly led to the murder.
So you said she tried to seduce you for the car. Well, explain to me what happened.
She was wanting to come on to me.
Did she say she was going to get you in trouble, or?
Yeah, she was going to tell everybody that I was making moves on her.
Okay.
I wasn't going to have it.
Okay.
It just, things got out of hand.
Where'd the belt come from?
It was mine, I had it on.
You had it on? Okay. So explain to me what happened there in that room. Like, how'd you get the belt on her?
I was fighting her off and I took it and threw it around her.
Why were you guys fighting?
Because she was trying to take her clothes off.
Okay.
And it wasn't going to do it.
Okay. And then you guys got in a fight?
Yeah, kind of a pushing and shoving thing right there.
Okay. And then you took your belt off, and then what happened?
I put it around her neck and I held on to it till she quit.
Okay. And what'd you do afterwards? Like, what was going through your head at that time?
I didn't know what to do with her.
What did you first think about doing?
Huh?
What was your first, what were you thinking about?
Trying to figure out what to do with her.
And how long did you hold that? Give me a ballpark how long you held the belt.
On her?
Yeah.
Just quit moving.
Okay. Did you know she was dead then?
I pretty much figured so.
Okay.
Throughout the entire interrogation, Patrick remains calm and composed, almost detached, as if he truly does not believe he has done anything wrong. In his mind, Valerie is the one who crossed the line. He explains that he even offered what he thought was a fair compromise, to buy her a cheap used car that she could pay him back for later. But according to him, Valerie refused, demanding a brand new car instead. After this explanation, the detective presses further, shifting the focus to the murder weapon.
Where's the belt you used?
I don't remember.
Okay. Did you still wear it afterwards? Like, did you still use it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Linda got home that day, that night, the night she went missing.
Right.
Okay. What did you tell Linda?
About what?
About anything. What did you tell her? That Valerie's missing or anything?
Well, she found, see what it was, me and on to, we had to swap trailers around. I'd take one to get it worked on. Then we went to GameStop. Linda got off work. We met up with her and went to Cagney's.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Cagney's, best I remember, we went home.
Okay.
But they sent a text, wouldn't know where Valerie was.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then when you went to move the car, you went over to move the car. Why'd you move the car?
Because Elizabeth seen it.
Okay. And what'd you do with the license plate and keys?
They're gone.
Where'd you put them?
I threw them in a river.
After brutally strangling Valerie, he carefully removed the license plate from her car and, along with the car keys, threw it into the river in an attempt to cover his tracks. Later that evening, he showed up at Valerie's parents' home, speaking with them calmly and pretending as if nothing had happened, hiding the dark reality of what he had just done.
But I think this had to feel good getting this off your chest, right?
I guess.
You seem like a good guy. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's gotta bother you, right? That you killed Valerie?
Well, I wasn't too crazy about it.
Okay. All right, Patrick, give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. You want a drink of water?
Yeah.
All right.
At last, the detective returns to the room and tells him his charges.
All right, Patrick. So, you're gonna be charged with murder today, okay? I assume you already knew that, correct? All right, but in the end here, I do think, everything I said was true to you, okay? Everything I said to you was true. Okay, when I started talking to you, everything I said was true, all right? Like, I do think that it's the best situation here is that you finally came out, and in the end, I think you are going to be happier that you came out on it, okay? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Stand up, we're going to throw these back on you, okay? Hop up for me. You got nothing on you, right?
No.
After his chilling confession, prosecutors in Rush County formally charge him with murder, Level 6, felony obstruction of justice, and Level 6, felony false informing. By January 30th, 2024, Scott agrees to a deal. He pleads guilty to murder, and in exchange, prosecutors drop the lesser charges. He is then sentenced to 55 years in prison. At 59 years old, it's essentially a life sentence. For Valerie's family, there's no real justice that could balance what they lost.
There's going to be a hole there forever. There was a hole there when we thought she was out there somewhere. There was a hole and it's never going to be filled. It's like half your family's gone.
The man's a monster, and his wife needs to be prosecuted with her.
Absolutely.
She knew everything about it too, I'm sure.